Matt's Mind. What's up, Brick Squad? Welcome back to another episode of Matt's Mind. This is the Q&A series in which I invite you guys to ask your questions and or topics for discussion down in the comment section below. First off, I do want to thank you guys all so much for all your incredible support, all the comments and the engagement in episode 1 of Matt's Mind. It was super fun doing this, and I really hope that this series will continue to grow. And obviously, I do plan on doing this for as long as I possibly can. But thank you guys all for your support. And that being said, if you guys want to have your question answered next week, all you have to do is comment down below and make sure you go ahead and give a thumbs up on the video. And of course, if you are not already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe for more awesome LEGO related content coming very, very soon. So I know last week we didn't really get into that many questions. However, this week we will. This video is probably going to be about 15 minutes long. So sit back, relax. If you have to take a break and maybe put this on in the background, that is completely 100% okay. First question to start off today is going to be coming from Jack Scolaro. He asks, will you ever consider doing a Clone Wars mock after the coming of the new season of Clone Wars? 100% yes. I have been debating on what mock I will do next, and I'm 99% sure it will be Clone Wars, and that's actually a good time for me to ask you guys. Actually, as of the time of this video, when you guys are watching this, on my community tab on my channel, there is a post about this. Go ahead and go to that and let me know what you guys like to see. As far as what I would love to build, I've really been debating Mandalore. I think Mandalore is going to be a really awesome scene. I've also been debating the Battle of Umbara. I have a couple of 501st Troopers. Probably nothing crazy I would be able to do, but I do have a lot of Phase 1 clones, so I'm trying to think what kind of revolves around that area. But guys, if you have any suggestions for a Clone Wars mock, again, go to that community tab post and just comment down below on that and let me know what you guys want to see. Next question comes from Sir Bricksalot. He asks, nice video. Thank you very much. How long have you played baseball? I've played for 4 years. Best sport in the world. 100%, man. Baseball is where it's at. So I'm a sophomore in college. I used to play when I was in middle school and high school. So in 8th grade, I started doing some showcase teams, which are basically teams that travel around the country. I'm going to different showcase tournaments for college scouting and stuff like that. I did that pretty much until I was in my junior year. My junior year, I unfortunately suffered an injury from my back, which I still have to this day. And that next year, I finished my senior season. Up until then, I had been traveling to places like Pennsylvania, New York, Syracuse, Rome, Florida, Georgia, a whole bunch of places playing just competitive ball. It was super fun. Definitely got a lot of awesome experience, but I gotta say that my favorite time playing baseball was definitely high school. My senior year, I was captain of the varsity team. I absolutely killed it my senior year. That was the last year I played baseball. Now I don't, like I said, because of my back, but all those years have definitely taught me a lot of responsibility, which is definitely awesome for personal growth. So baseball is where it's at. This question is actually topical because tomorrow I'm going to be dropping a ridiculous Walmart clearance video. But Basement Bricks asks, do you have any tips for finding clearance sets at retailers such as Target or Walmart, like a particular time of the year, 3 months after a wave sets come out? So I've actually never been really into the game of hunting down at Walmart, and this is where I have to plug my friend Ryan, M&R Productions, who's kind of helped me out in this game of Walmart deals. So basically, usually once a year after Christmas around January, Walmart will be doing a lot of clearance deals on sets from previous waves that they're trying to get out of the store for more waves to come in and more of the new sets to come in. But as far as my knowledge goes, I'm pretty sure that's the only guaranteed time of the year where Walmart will be doing ridiculous clearance. I know that sometimes there are summer clearance. Again, pretty much with every new wave, look for older wave sets to be put on clearance. That's kind of the best advice I can give you. And most importantly, you will probably not find deals as often as you think. I've been to Walmart hundreds of times and I did not find anything. It's just the way, it's just the art of the game. And then there's always going to be those 1 or 2 times where you go to Walmart and you find ridiculous stuff, like I did yesterday, which is again a video dropping tomorrow, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But it was ridiculous. So like I said, just keep going to Walmart every now and then. I usually check twice a week just to check it, and that's pretty much the best advice I can give you. Next question comes from a good boy of mine, Rich Boy J. He asked, my question, how often do you make Bricklink orders for your mock? Do you want until you need a certain amount of parts, or just order as you go? So when I usually plan big mocks, I usually think of what parts I'm going to need in mass quantity, and before I actually start building that series, I usually have the orders ready to go, whether it be you know, in like the quick check or easy buy form, or just buying bulk of stuff. Like for example, for Kessel, Jay was fortunate enough to actually have a lot of the slopes and lend them to me for Kessel. But for things like the tiles, like the dark tan tiles and the wedges, I usually order a lot in bulk before the mock series starts. That way I have it as I go. And then basically, because I order so much bulk, I try to use what I have left and not order more. As the mock series builds up from week 1 to week whatever, the finale, I order less and less parts, that's for sure. Like for example, for now in Kessel, the only time I will be ordering Bricklink now is usually either going to be for when I build the interior design rooms in LDD or Stud.io, which is the control room, the vault room, the crane on Kessel. So for those things, I'll just easy buy that. It's probably the easiest way for me to go ahead and purchase those parts. But in terms of general parts, I usually either go to Pick-a-Brick for support bricks and like generic bricks, but Bricklink I will usually order a lot in the beginning, the first few 3, 4, 5 weeks of the mock series, and then I will kind of stick with what I have left, which is why some areas I kind of I don't want to say lack detail, but there could be more done, but it's just because of monetary reasons I will step aside and just use whatever parts I have and not go back to Bricklink, because Bricklink is an addiction. When I was building Create, I found myself on Bricklink every single day ordering stuff, but now with Kessel, I'm trying to condense with what I have, use my existing collection for more parts to save money. But as far as Bricklink orders go for MOCs, usually in the first half I order a lot, and in the last half I don't order as much. Now also, I do want to let you guys know that once a week I will be doing a comment of the week, sort of like what Ryan does for Ask Him in our productions, and this comment of the week goes to Alex Grinnell. Such a cutie. Thanks. Next question comes from Mythic Bricks. He asks, what UCS set do you hope they will make in 2019 ISD? Yes. So right now, if you guys weren't aware, there are a couple of rumors going around for 2019 UCS sets. One of them is going to be Tantive, I believe, and one of them is going to be Star Wars Star Destroyer UCS, and both I'm praying for. If you guys do not know, the UCS Star Destroyer is my most wanted set of all time, especially now if LEGO could recreate that design, but with obviously more parts and just better ingenuity, it would be my favorite set of all time. So I am looking forward to that. If they made a Tantive, that would be equally as awesome. So overall, for the rumors of 2019, those are honestly the two sets I would like the most. So Star Destroyer and Tantive 4 are my most wanted UCS sets right now. The next question or questions come from Americ David. He asked, hey Matt, great idea that you were launching the series, appreciate that. So 2 questions. Number 1, why do you buy so many battle packs? Is it to increase your army, just for collection's sake, and don't think that maybe you take away some of those sets from potential buyers who don't own them? Long question, sorry. So to answer that, the reason I buy battle packs is yes, to increase my army. The reason why I keep them sealed is because at the moment my room's a little packed, I don't have a lot of room, but when I eventually move out and get my own studio where I can separate my Lego from my bedroom, I do plan on opening those battle packs, unless they're worth like $50 each. I do plan on opening those battle packs and increasing my collection. For example, you know, I have a whole bunch of the First Order Trooper battle packs. Now I have a whole bunch of the Corellian Trooper battle packs or the Imperial Patrol. So to answer your question, yes. And do I ever think that I'm taking them away from buyers? I don't think so. I usually buy them on the last days of their shelf life when there's clearance, so at that point it's end all be all in my opinion. I do have to say, I don't think I've ever wiped out a shelf of all battle packs. In fact, most of my bulk battle pack buys come from online, like Amazon, Target, Walmart. So for that reason, I don't really feel any remorse for those of you who do want the battle packs but just don't jump the gun. It's just the nature of clearance. It's just how the world works right now. So I don't feel like I'm taking away from kids. Number 2, I guess, do you ever plan on building a Clone Wars era MOC, maybe for the final season? I guess we kind of already answered this question, but yes, I do. Again, go to that community tab post right now that is out, type what you want to see, and if it's already there, just like that comment. The next question comes from Splashback. What would your top 4 battle packs to come out in the future be, and how many would you get of each? Alright, number 1, 501st Battle Pack, right? Hashtag we want a 501st Battle Pack. Join the movement. I would love to see that. I would definitely get at least 50 of them. Without even skipping a beat, I want just as many 501st Troopers as I possibly can. As far as future battle packs, I would love to see the return of the Imperial Trooper battle pack, the one that came with 2 Stormtroopers and 2 Death Troopers. That is, to this day, my favorite battle pack of all time. I would also want to see a Rebel battle pack, again, like the one we got with the Rogue One wave. Those 2 plus the 501st, and then I guess the last one. Honestly, I think I'd like to see the last one be a really awesome battle pack for Episode 9 with whatever Trooper variant they have, or just a plain simple First Order battle pack. I think, again, just whatever we can get to increase our army is definitely what I'm going to be advocating for in the future. This question comes from MPM Brick Studios. I've been wanting to get into building some larger MOC series in 2019. How much do large-scale MOCs normally cost to build, and do you have any tips for building them? So I'll answer the tips first. Number 1, know what you're building. Obviously, you want to do something that you want to do, something that you want to have fun with, so don't ever do a MOC just because you want to do it and make people happy. Do what you want to do. It's going to make people happy. It's going to make yourself happy, most importantly. And then I guess make sure you plan ahead, make sure you know what you're doing. Don't go into a MOC not knowing different areas of what you're building. Have a very clear, defined, I guess, not instruction manual, but have a clear and defined way of how you're going to do things. That's probably my best tip for you. I think the other part of the question was how much do they cost, and that's just going to vary. It really is. You can build large-scale MOC. It also depends on what large-scale is to you. You know, for you, it might be a 2x2 gray base plate. For me, it's at least 3x3, 4x4. And I won't tell you guys how much Kessel has cost me, but I do want to tell you that it's going to be completely different, completely random for each person and each MOC you build. So it all depends on your existing collection. It all depends on how much money you're willing to spend on new parts. But when it comes to big MOC series, they are tough. It gets very, very hectic sometimes. So just know that when you're going into it, but it's also a lot of fun, and you get a lot of people commenting really awesome things on your MOC series videos. So that's all I can give you. This question comes from Rusty Bricks. What is your favorite year of LEGO Star Wars? Now, I gotta be honest with you, I don't remember any specific year of Star Wars, before 2016. 2016 was the year that I got back into Lego. Before then, I mean, I guess anything with Clone Wars, because I was a kid. I loved the Clone Wars, you know, playing with the gunships and the walkers and all that kind of stuff, and the droids battling the Separatists. So I guess before that, whatever year had the strongest, I heard 2013 or 2014 was like the strongest year for that. But as far as this year goes, I will without a doubt say I think the Rogue One line was the most epic for me. The Scarif, the 2 battle packs, the AT-AT, and the Imperial hover tank, I think. Back, I would definitely buy way more of those sets than I have right now, especially because I'm more into Lego, but I would definitely say 2016 is probably that year for me. The last question today comes from Brandon Lee. He asks, how do you balance work, school, family, your Lego hobby, and making content? This is without a doubt a very intuitive question, so Brandon, thank you very much, man. So let's attack that question in a couple of parts. How do you balance work? So work's usually scheduled, right? You can't really work around your work schedule. So when it comes to these things, there's a priority list. So we have work, school, family, Lego, and YouTube. So family first always, right? Then school, then work, and then Lego. So Lego is unfortunately at the bottom of my poll. So like I said, whenever my family needs me, I gotta be there. That's obviously, you know, that's obvious 101. And then obviously below that there is school. Now it depends on how your schedule for school is. I know for me, I like to have all my classes on Monday through Thursday, preferably in the morning to early afternoon. That way I can come home, and then if I'm not working, I can work on Lego. So like I said, we got that hierarchy, right? We got family, then we got school, and then we got work. Work is just work, right? You can't get around it. You can you can call for days off, you can call in sick, but usually when it comes to work, you have a schedule and you have to be there. So obviously Lego is at the bottom of everything, but I think as you go and as you learn when you're working and when you're a full-time student, and then when you got family obligations, you will learn how to balance all of it. It just happens over time with experience. And also I think the most important thing for me to let you guys know of when it comes to balancing work, school, family, Lego, is that there's always an excuse to not do it, right? There's always the excuse of, oh, I don't have enough time, I just want to relax and watch a movie or play video games, which I have done, you know, I'm not going to deny that. But I will let you guys know, for example, one night, so basically, so I was up a certain night. The next day I had work and a lot of school. That night I was up till 4 a.m. making 5 different videos to schedule and upload. So when it comes down to it, yes, it's going to be hard, but you also have to get out of the habit of saying, you know, oh, I don't have time, you know, I can push this off. I think one of the biggest things is procrastination too. If you guys procrastinate, it's not going to work out, especially when you're balancing an adult life with Lego, something that in my case you're trying to make into a career. So there's always an excuse not to do something. I think that's the biggest thing I could tell you. And whenever you stop making that excuse and you just kind of suck it up and do what you have to do, that's when you're going to see true results. So I would definitely say that's the biggest point of advice I can give to you. So guys, that is going to wrap up this video. Hope you all enjoyed Matt's Mind episode 2. Thank you all so much for your awesome questions. And like I said before, if you guys want to have your question or topic discussed or answered next week, make sure you go ahead and comment it down below and give a thumbs up on the video, and subscribe if you guys are new. Stay tuned tomorrow for a ridiculous Walmart deal where you guys can see some Lego sets I'm kind of hinting at. But guys, that's going to wrap it up. Hope you all enjoyed. Now, see you all later. Peace.